Jai Shri Ram. Welcome all of you for our weekly Wednesday Ramayan class. So we are reading from the Valmiki Ramayan, shlok by shloka, and understanding the secrets, hidden secrets of the Valmiki Ramayan. And we have already completed chapter. We have reached chapter number 6, Sarga number 6, verse number 7. Right, Mataji? Verse number 7. So we are going to start from verse number 8. So Mataji, can you read from verse number 8?
Yes, Prabhuji. In Ayodhya, never could you see a person who was lusty, miserly, or cruel. There was not a single person in Ayodhya who was not a scholar or devoid of scriptural knowledge. There were no atheists in Ayodhya. Explanation: a lustful, miserly, and cruel man can hardly have any inclination towards God. The life of such an ungodly person is of no use. In the Mahabharata, it is stated that Ahara Nidra Bhaya Maithunam Cha Samanyam
Netam, netam.
सामान्यम् एतत्
पशुप्राणानां
पशुभिर्नराणां
धर्मो
धर्मो
हि
हि
तेषाम् अधिकविशेषो धर्महीन पशुभिः समान. Yeah.
eating, sleeping, fearing, and producing children are common habits between human beings and animals. The only additional important quality of a human being is dharma, which is not seen in animals. Devoid of dharma, when a person is only busy in the above four animalistic activities, then he is like an animal. The word dharma is usually misinterpreted as religion. The word dharma refers to duty. We all have a duty towards our parents, family members, children, society, country, and so on. But what about our duty towards the Supreme God? We all have temporary relations with our friends and relatives which will end the minute we die. And when we take birth again, we get a new body and a new set of relatives and friends. In this material world, as long as we are in this present material body, we have our obligations and commitments to all of them. But what about our duty and commitment towards the Supreme God? With God, we have a permanent relationship that does not change with every birth as we all are His part and parcel. Do we not owe any responsibilities and duties to God? So, dharma means executing our duties, obligations, and responsibilities toward God along with our worldly duties. Atheists are generally defined as non believers in the existence of God. Nowadays, it has become a fashion to be called as an atheist. Such people are the biggest fools because facts do not change with one's beliefs. What will you call a person who does not believe in the existence of the government and consider himself to be the king? The thought process of such a person or a group of persons does not change the facts. In all cases, there is a governing body called government, and one must live as per the laws laid down by the government. Even after seeing the creation of God everywhere, surviving on all his resources like water, air, and so on, only a fool would deride the existence of God. Hence, the prosperity of Ayodhya was due to a virtuous king and his subjects who lived as per dharma.
Continue with the next verse. Then I'll take an explanation to it.
All the men and women were virtuous, self controlled, cheerful in nature, and like the great sages, spotlessly clean in character.
More.
There were no citizens without earrings, headgear, and garlands. Everyone took an oil bath and applied cream and fragrance to their body. There was no shortage of enjoyment.
Continue.
No one in Ayodhya would have unholy food or stay without doing charity. No one would have their bodies and hands without golden ornaments, and none had an uncontrolled mind.
Okay. So we have been listening about the various qualities of the people of Ayodhya. Ayodhya ke log, they were truthful, they were not telling lies, and it's a list of qualities which we have seen. And the best part of the whole thing is, why do we find it difficult to understand or difficult to digest? What's so special about it? What's so different about it? Because we are people from Kaliyuga. And that is the description of Tretayuga. So there people were more righteous, more dharmic. Dharmic doesn't mean they were all sitting and worshipping. No, they were following the Vedic rules and living their life. Which nowadays we see people are finding it senseless. They're finding it useless. They're finding it old, orthodox. I mean, name it. They all give very funny names just because they want to be in a comfort zone. But please understand, Kaliyuga means Kaler Dosho Ridhye Rajan. Asti Eka Mahan Guner. In Kaliyuga, there is only and only doshas, which was not there in earlier yugas. It doesn't mean earlier yugas bad people were not. All Rakshasas you can see right from Satyuga, Hiranyakashipu and Ravan in Tretayuga, then Dwapar was Kamsa and Shishupal, Dantavakra and all those. I mean, every yuga had Rakshasas. So don't think in any yuga bad people did not exist. But the problem with us is we are a mixture. In today's Kaliyuga, we are a mixture of both good and bad personality inside one person. In a day, if we don't tell one or two lies, we feel out of place. अरे यार क्या पूरा दिन में एक झूठ नहीं बोला, तो झूठ बोलना चाहिए. Some lie, you know, whether it's needed or not, it's different. But, you know, it made me feels happy and safe. In another 1 week day, if I don't eat couple of days outside, I don't feel I have eaten food properly. I feel I'm malnutritioned. That's the thought process people have got. बाहर का कचरा खाने से हमें हेल्दी हो जाओ, और घर का वो दाल चावल एंड खिचड़ी एंड ऑल नहीं, तो गरीब लोग खाते हैं, हम अच्छे लोग. So the problem is we are confused, and the reason why this entire confusion is happening, we are seeing so many things which are going the wrong way. Total society is in chaos, and the reason why this chaos is there, both men and women do not want to abide the laws and rules given by the Shastra. Shastra gives us so many rules and regulations. It is for our own betterment. It's like a child who doesn't listen to his parents. You know, parents, you know, generally children say, you know, mummy, daddy, ne dada, dadi ache. But dada, dadi don't put any restrictions on the child. And mummy will say, get up, you know, remove your bed sheet, you know, fold your bed sheet and keep it. You know, after eating, remove your plate, put it in the basin. You know, so many lousy rules. Don't jump on the sofa. Don't jump on the floor. Don't make it dirty. My God, mummy kid jeene nahi deti. And for Papa comes with this another set of rules. My God, the biggest torturous people on the earth which children can consider are the parents. But one should understand, this is a big boon. Go and ask those children who don't have parents. More than that, to have someone controlling you or abiding some rules is like, let's imagine we got a car going at nice speed, 150, 200 kilometers speed. Very nice, engine is very nice, and light is very nice, and the music sound system is very nice. You got nice bass effect, this and that, and what else you want? Nice upholstery in the car seat, all the best model. But imagine that model of car doesn't have a brake. Can you drive the car? It's a beautiful car, and I tell you, it's the best car, the best pickup, the best wheels. It was sunroof also, name it. I mean, all the best things available, but only one thing is missing: the brake is missing. The boring, no? Who wants to brake in a nice runway when he's going at around 100, 120 kilometers per hour speed? Anyone would like to stop? मजा आता है ना, in fact, or 5 kilometers speed पकड़ता हूँ. 105, 110, 110, 115, and मजा अलग है. That's a different fun altogether, right? But then why the companies are fitting brakes to that? It's a waste. Remove it. Just as a brake is equally important in a car, similarly, control over human life is equally important. At every twist and turn of your life, you need a brake. And who is that brake? For us, general people, it's the parents. Because parents don't come with brain, they come with experience. Secondly, Shastra. Shastra put the brakes on the parents also. The children should be happy if the parents are following the Shastra because they are not applying their own intelligence. कई बार बच्चे बोलते हैं ना आपका अक्कल आपके पास रखो. Don't put your intelligence, apply your intelligence on us. But actually speaking, a family or people who follow the Shastra, for them, all the rules and regulations becomes flat, universal and not debated. हमें नहाना क्यों है? शास्त्र कहता है नहाना चाहिए, मनुष्य हो नहाना चाहिए, इसके लिए नहाना है. शास्त्र कहता है कुछ कुछ खाना चाहिए, कुछ कुछ चीजें खाना नहीं चाहिए. One should not eat non-veg, one should not eat meat, and drink alcohol and all that. This is barred in the Shastra. So you should not drink. So you have a justify. The problem is parents themselves don't read the Shastra. So where they will come to know the rules and regulations. So when they put their own whimsical rules and regulations, the children don't abide by it. So coming back to our topic, where we are seeing the people of Ayodhya happy, very happy, very well nourished people, and they have their own thing. They don't take unholy food. Without charity, they don't stay. No one would have to have their bodies and hands without golden ornaments. मतलब सोचो कितने अमीर लोग थे. They used to wear gold, not as per today's date of gold value, as per those dates of gold value. But gold was costly that time also. No citizen was without an earring or taking oil bath or applying cream and fragrance. So that means what? They were doing sense gratification, but sense gratification with a focus. Nowadays, a perfume ad comes. What is the purpose of the perfume in the ad? To attract the opposite sex. Right? The power of acts and this and that, so much of scent being applied. But actually speaking, our olden people used to apply fragrance. Why? So that you do not smell obnoxious. Simple. Because body sweats and you feel body emits also a dirty smell. Ladies in those days used to use flowers, nice smelling flowers in the hair. Why? Otherwise a bad smell comes from the hair. So this was a natural, without a chemical free fragrant. So much easy life was complicated for nothing. You have complicated life for nothing. And this is one of the biggest symptoms of Kaliyuga. Kaliyuga, Prayana Alpa Ayushya Sabdhi. Mostly life is short. And 50% of the reason why life is short is, what is the reason? You know that? Excess of sense enjoyment. Someone dies with heart attack. Why? Too much of eating, too much of oils and fats, and then too much of stress, too much of diabetes by eating too much of sugar. Many diseases you see nowadays. The best part in Kaliyuga is life is very fast. So food is also fast. People like fast food, no? Fast food. 2 मिनट में बन जाना. 2 मिनट में क्या बने? पकना चाहिए. नहीं, पकने को टाइम. The best part is I see people ordering from outside platforms like Swiggy and Zomato, where the food is delivered in 10 minutes. And if the same cooked food is cooked in your own house, right from cutting the vegetables, let's say the vegetables were already cut. You start cooking, you light the gas. The oil, to warm up the oil, it will take at least 30 seconds to 40 seconds. To heat up the oil. Then उसमें आप फोड़नी दोगे, then आप सब्जी डालोगे, छौंक दोगे, पकेगा. Process is there. Sometimes my wife shouts in the morning when she used to prepare dabba for the child. It's taking so much of time. I wonder how come this food, which takes such an elaborate time of cooking, comes to your house in 10 minutes. That means the 10 minutes is only the transit time. That means the cooked food was cooked much, much earlier. Much, much earlier. And stored, kept ready. Just heat it and give it. And we are happy. Fast life. Fast life means life is exhausting very fast. Remember one thing, fast life means life is exhausting fast. जल्दी मृत्यु के समय पास और नजदीक जा रहे हो. Fast death. Fast life means life will end fast and you will end in death. So in Kaliyuga, we people are finding it difficult to understand. Oh, ऐसा भी हो सकता है क्या? But if you just recap, those who had elders in their house, Dadaji, Nanaji, and all those people, you see how they were systematic. I still remember my grandfather was so systematic. He used to have bang at dot 9 o'clock, the food has to be ready. Bang dot at 6 o'clock, the food has to be ready. Sometimes at 5 o'clock also. And that's it. 2-time meal he used to have. And बीच में 4 बजे कुछ नाश्ता कर लेते थे, and that is it. And he stayed up till 96 years without any supplements, without any problem. And hale and hearty till the last day till he passed away. In the sense, he was moving around without any help from anyone. And using an Indian toilet also. That's another additional point to be noted. So the point what I'm trying to say over here is why we are finding these things mentioned in the Ramayana as something, wow, people were truthful, wow. My wife is also not truthful, my husband is also not truthful, my children are also not truthful, no one is truthful in my house. And whole citizens are truthful. Wow, that's great. We are having a wow factor. The reason why we are having a wow factor is we can never imagine living such a nice lifestyle. Taking oil bath daily. My God, taking bath daily? Prabhuji, kya baat? It is something, and there are so many factors behind it. One is your office timing, your job, your laziness, you getting up late. Getting up is also nice. In those days, there were no alarm clocks. So there is no question of any snooze possible. The people used to get up without an alarm clock because they used to sleep on time. And why they could sleep on time? Because they didn't have any WhatsApp or Instagram or Facebook. So if the bottom line of the whole nutshell of the whole thing is we can roll back our lifestyle to this to be happy. First and foremost, what was mentioned? Contentment. People were content and that's why they were happy. Today, what do we see? Do we see contentment in anyone, in any field, in any way, any arena of life, or at any age group? Right from a kid to an old man going to his grave, everyone is wanting some more. That is a question of satisfaction. And without satisfaction, where is the question of happiness? So these are all the symptoms which are contradictory in Kaliyuga with respect to what was there in Tretayuga. But again, the Bhagavatam clearly states the biggest advantage of Kaliyuga, only big advantage of Kaliyuga, which was not there in Satyuga, Tretayuga, or in Dwapar Yuga. And that was very simple. Getting out of the cycle of birth and death was the easiest. Is the easiest in Kaliyuga just by chanting the name of Lord. Just by chanting Sitaram, 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 or Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, or Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Any mantra you chant of the name of the Lord, Supreme God, will definitely take you out of the cycle of birth and death. Many people ask this question, Hare Parikshit Maharaj, he allowed Kaliyuga, Kali himself personified to enter. Why did he allow to enter? उधर ही काट देता तो कलयुग ही नहीं आता. अरे बाबा, he didn't see the defects or the drawbacks. Anyhow, people were corrupt. People were bad. But the only defect, the positive thing which he could see in all the defects, amongst all the defects was that in Kaliyuga, getting moksha, getting out of the cycle of birth and death was the easiest job. Whereas in all other yugas, tough job. बड़ा कार्य कर. Why? Life लंबा है. Problems बहुत है. People were satisfied, but inclination get or derive that inclination towards God is always been a challenge in any yuga. And humans are the only species who get carried away in breaking the rules very easily. You go and ask, you keep a tiger hungry for a couple of months, or not a couple of months, couple of days, and put some green, fresh grass in front of the tiger. You think the tiger will eat the grass? Why? It follows the law of nature. The same way you keep a goat or a sheep hungry for a few days and then put in front of a nicely prepared meat. Will it eat? It will not even touch it. The reason is it follows its rule. Whereas a person who has had his full meal up to the brim, and to that person you go and offer him, hey, there's a nice sweet dish you like to taste. दिल मांगे मोर, पेट नो मांगे. पेट में से कुछ आवाज नहीं आ रही, पेट तो फुल है, और कुछ खाऊंगा तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगा, चलेगा, no problem. But I will enjoy this extra gulab jamun, this extra ice cream, whatever it is. And especially if it is free, we Indians cannot resist it. We can't resist it. So we go for it. That is why जानवरों के लिए कभी कथा नहीं होती है, सत्संग नहीं होता है, मनुष्य के लिए करना पड़ता है. मनुष्य कभी वो रूल्स फॉलो नहीं कर सकते, उसके लिए उस सत्संग में बिठा के प्लीज फॉलो रूल्स बोलना पड़ता है. और जानवर को कभी बोलने की जरूरत ही नहीं. यू डोंट हैव टू टेल द एनिमल प्लीज फॉलो द रूल्स. एनिमल नोस I will not follow anything. I will not do anything wrong. In the sense, what is fixed for me, I will do that. A lion will hunt only when it is hungry or when it perceives some danger. Otherwise, even if the lion's stomach is full, you go and dance in front of it, it is not going to eat you. It will not eat you. Whereas man is the only animal, not an animal, but Dvipadiya Pashu, as per Shastra says, who can eat just because it is available, not because he requires it. And that is why we find Tretayuga. Oh, ऐसा भी कोई युग था क्या जहाँ people were so sincere, so righteous, the king was so righteous, and everyone following the rules and regulations, and citizens were happy. Why they were happy? Because they had so much of gold to wear. Everyone was wearing a freedom, a crown, earrings, necklace, everything. Why? Because wherever there is dharma, there is blessing of Lakshmi. Wherever there is dharma, there will be money, but there will not be presence of Lakshmi. Now you tell me, sir, what is the difference between money and Lakshmi? पैसा ही चाहिए ना. एंड में हम लोग लक्ष्मी जी को भी पैसा का गड्डी दिखाते हैं लक्ष्मी पूजन का दिन, है ना. Fools. There are many people who show कॉइन्स का अभिषेक कराएंगे, सिल्वर कॉइन्स, गोल्ड कॉइन्स, लक्ष्मी जी को गड्डी दिखाएंगे, देखो. तो व्हाट यू आर शोइंग लक्ष्मी जी गड्डी. इतना तो क्या बोले उनका, आई डोंट नो. So foolish. It's like showing some couple of gaddis to some rich man in this world. Go and show let's say Elon Musk. Go and show him, yeah, I got 1 lakh note. See. What will he say? Fool, idiot. Same way Lakshmi ji will be laughing. देख गधा, मांग मेरे से रहा है और मेरे को ही दिखा रहा है, वही नोट की गड्डी. Foolish, right? No logic. We don't know what to do because we have not read the Shastra, we have not followed the Shastra, and we are not interested in following the Shastra. We are all thinking, yes, पैसा आ गया बस. पैसा और लक्ष्मी में बहुत अंतर होता है. Lakshmi gives you peace and satisfaction. It gives you contentment. It gives you happiness of heart. Because when money comes in the form of Lakshmi, then you put it for good, righteous purpose, for charity. And you see, Ramayana also mentions that never they used to eat food without giving charity. And here, charity means it's a big challenge in today's date. सर जितना कमाता हूँ मेरे लिए कम पड़ता है, पड़ेगा ना. बिकॉज लाइफ का फोकस अगर आईफोन रहेगा, लाइफ का फोकस BMW रहेगा, लाइफ का फोकस सिर्फ इन भारी चीजों के ऊपर रहेगा, देन You will not be running behind Lakshmi. You will be forced to run behind money. And money will come with its own side effects. The side effects of money is it'll suck you to bad habits. It'll suck you to unwanted things. So that's why one should strive to achieve more of Lakshmi but less of money. Because Lakshmi अगर आ गई ना तो पैसा अपने आप साथ में आएगा. You don't have to separately do any puja for Lakshmi for money. Lakshmi Devi आती है तो साथ में पैसा लेके आती है. I'll tell you a small story. You all must have heard of Kanakadhara Stotra. It is a beautiful stotra. Whenever you want Lakshmi, whoever is following, having some shortage of money, can recite this stotra. The stotra was composed by Shankaracharya. It's a very beautiful story. Shankaracharya, before he took sannyas, he used to go house to house begging for meal. It's a Brahmana's quality. So for bhiksha, he used to go. So he went to a lady's house, and the lady's house was so poor. The lady was so poor that the lady had only tears in her eyes when Shankaracharya came. He said, "Give me something, I want to eat." She said, "I'm so poor. I don't have anything in my house to give you. I myself have not eaten anything for many days." Shankaracharya said, "Go and check. Might be something will be there in your house." She went inside. She searched. Finally, in the kitchen, she found one avla. She got that avla and gave it to Shankaracharya. And luckily, it was a Dwadashi. Dwadashi means the day where you break the Ekadashi fast by eating something special. And in South, especially, eating ahati kire, and that is ahati leaves, that is moringa leaves, and avla. Supposed to be very auspicious as per Shastra also for making the Dwadashi. It is said by eating these two on Dwadashi, if someone doesn't follow Ekadashi, please everyone don't listen to this, don't accept it fully. It's very dangerous because people always want to take unwanted things from the Shastra, not the good points. It is said that one who eats ahati leaves, that is moringa leaves, and avla on the day of Dwadashi, on the Parayan time, he gets the phala of doing Ekadashi even though if he has not followed the Ekadashi Vrata. That powerful is the benefit of eating. So please don't, all of you all try this experiment. Na, Prabhuji, aapne bola tha. And they'll they'll point the finger at me. Then Yamraj will say, "Oh, Prabhuji bole the, magar isne nahi hai. Prabhuji ne ye bhi bola tha, aapko Ekadashi follow karna hai." Now third, day after tomorrow is Ekadashi. So please all of you all follow Ekadashi. But it's said, it's so powerful. So when she came with tears, she gave it to Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya said, "Oh, you're so poor that you're not able to give me. Don't worry." Immediately composed the Kanakadhara Stotra. It's a beautiful stotra. Try to behead it. And immediately Lakshmi Devi came over there. And Lakshmi Devi said, "Yes, Shankaracharya, what can I do for you?" I said, "See, this lady is very poor. Why don't you give her some wealth?" She said, immediately Lakshmi Devi said, "I cannot give because everyone has wealth as per their past karmas. पहले के जन्म में जो कर्म किए उस हिसाब से उसको धन मिलता है. Someone has more, someone has less. And that's what we also see, right? Some people have got so much of wealth. And someone have to beg and borrow and survive their life. And it's all because of karma reactions. And that is the advantage in Satyuga. People used to follow dharma means at least the karma reactions used to make sure that they don't suffer in the next birth, even if they don't get out of the cycle. That is the advantage of following the Shastra. Shastra agar follow karte ho, at least your next birth will not be ridden with diseases, with poverty, calamities, all those things will not be there. You will at least be able to sustain this life in a nice, decent manner without much of problems. So Lakshmi Devi said, sorry, I can't do anything. She has not done anything good karmas that I can bless her with wealth. What can I do? That time, Shankaracharya gives a very nice reply. He says, you have already arrived and your drishti, your eyes, your merciful eyes have fallen on this lady. And once on whom this merciful eyes fall, will he has to do some karmas to achieve wealth? लक्ष्मी देवी की कृपा ऐसे ही बरस जाएगी क्योंकि उनके कृपा कटाक्ष से सब कुछ मिल जाता है. And that lady became very, very wealthy because Lakshmi Devi खुद आ गई थी. She didn't come for her. She came for शंकराचार्य. But शंकराचार्य ने कहा आपने आके देख लिया ना उसको, आपने कृपा तो डाल दी, आपकी दृष्टि तो डाल दी, पर जिसके ऊपर भगवान की दृष्टि या देवी की दृष्टि, लक्ष्मी जी की दृष्टि लग गई, उसका तो उद्धार हो गया. So immediately she became wealthy. So now you understand the difference between wealth and Lakshmi. Kripa of Lakshmi should be there on everyone. And for that, one has to live a dharmic life. One who follows a dharmic life, Vishnu automatically enters his life. And when Vishnu enters his life, husband comes, the wife will not come, the wife will also. Wherever the husband is there, the wife will follow. Immediately the wife will also come. And wherever Vishnu comes, Lakshmi ji will also come. That's why you see, devotees are always happy. Never do they find any problems with respect to survival. They may not have big mansions and wealthy, big cars and all that. Fine, that's okay. But at least they will never face any major issues in their life. Because when they are doing bhakti of Vishnu, Lakshmi ji ki kripa hamesha rahegi. That will never go away at any time. And again, this is a problem in Kaliyuga. Kaliyuga people don't want to follow. लक्ष्मी का पूजा करेंगे तो वे अपनी मर्जी से करेंगे, ब्राह्मण को नहीं बुलाएंगे, ब्राह्मण से पूजा नहीं करवाएंगे. Many people commented, प्रभु जी आजकल के ब्राह्मण है ना पूरा बेकार, थर्ड रेट. हाँ, आजकल के लोग भी थर्ड रेट, ब्राह्मण भी थर्ड रेट. Are you so pure that you are expecting a brahman should be pure? The expectation level is very high. And your personal expectation level, zero. You know, Shastra says, even if an unqualified Brahmana has been served, invited, fed and served, just because you have fed him, the Brahmana by birth, he will achieve the fruits, even though that person may not be qualified for doing all those activities, or rather may be following some irreligious activities. Even if the Brahmana is following some religious activities or some bad activities or anything, still you will enjoy the benefits. Mind you, that's the Shastra says. Shastra says give it to a Brahmana. Shastra never says go and search for a good Brahmana, interview him, interview 10, 15 Brahmanas, and then you certify him and then you give him. No, you don't have the capability and the capacity. If someone comes as a Brahmana, you're supposed to give. What happened when Sita Maya was, when Ravan came to Sita Maya in the form of a sage, and when he asked for a thing, she could have said, no, get lost. No. Shastra says, if someone comes begging, a Brahmana or a sage comes begging, and if you don't give him alms, charity, that is the understanding of charity. When, mind you, she is in the jungle. She is not in her mahal. She is not in her palace where she is having a lot of gold and wealth and food. She herself is living on roots and fruits. That's the condition on which Ramchandra ji, Sita and Lakshman were staying. So when the Ravana in the form of a sage came to beg, what would she give? So do you expect some nice dainties, pulao, rasgulla, paneer ki sabji and all that? No, she is going to give her only fruits and roots. But She was following the Shastra, even the jungle. What does the Shastra say? What does the scripture say? Sage, if he comes to your door and if the lady doesn't serve him, he doesn't give him the charity, then, or without charity, he is sent back. He takes away all the punyas of the husband and goes away. मतलब मांगने वाला मांगने आया है, ब्राह्मण है, साधु है, 5 रुपया दो, 10 रुपया दो, वो मांगेगा 100 रुपया, 1000 रुपया, no problem. Just give him 10 rupees and you close the door, no problem. But never send empty-handed. So this is what is Shastra's teaching, and this is what is demonstrated by Sita Maya also when she is in the jungle also. So the entire Ramayana, not only what all Valmiki ji is describing over here, the qualities of the people, that's what is making Ayodhya or Ram Rajya special. By having Lord as the king alone doesn't serve the purpose. One needs to follow the Shastra. The citizen need to follow the Shastra to become qualified to have a Rajya, a kingdom as good as Ram. And people are happy, flourishing, wealthy. All sort of things are good. And the only reason was they were following the Shastra. So whenever tomorrow a chance comes in front of you or a question comes in front of you, should I do it or not? Please don't take your comfort call. Which is comfortable to you, people generally take that. No. You will have to consult the Shastra. And for that, you need to have a guru, a proper guru. Again, the question comes, Prabhuji, aajkal guru ka bhi problem hai. Every second guru is landing up in the jail. They're all, animals, criminals, sex angry animals. Yes, agreed. Good and bad were there that time also. Kalnemi represents that only. Kalnemi was a Rakshasa, acting as if he was a guru. And Hanumanji was caught in his trap. When Hanumanji was caught in his trap. So good people, sattvic people get trapped. But for that, you have to always pray to God. God, please give me the right guru. Please show me the right person so that I do not fall in the wrong trap. I should not fall in the wrong trap and I should not fall in the wrong hands, and I should be properly guided in the path in achieving. Because Guru means one who takes you to God, not one who gives you mantra for making a lot of money. बच्चा नहीं हो रहा है तो मेरा पास मंत्र है, शादी नहीं हो रही है तो मेरा पास मंत्र है, no, ये करो वो करो. No, only Guru means who will take you to God. Rest everything is your karma reactions. शादी नहीं हो रहा है, बच्चा नहीं हो रहा है, पैसा नहीं आ रहा है, गाड़ी नहीं हो रहा है, बंगला नहीं हो रहा है, जो भी है, that is all karma reactions. For that you follow the scriptures, no problem. शास्त्रिक रूल्स फॉलो करो, सब अपने आप ठीक हो जाएगा. But if you are planning to have a life without a scriptural guide, big problem. And that is one of the reasons, people stopped following the Guru's advice. Every family used to have a Guru early. So they stopped that. And what happened because of that? Slowly they started doing things whimsically as per their will and pressure without following the Shastra or what was fine for them, which was comfortable. And finally, things are not lost in one night. But in due course, in due generations, this entire Vedic scriptural knowledge was slowly lost. That is why it is said, please remember, it's very important. If you want to be contented and happy, live the life as per the rules laid down by the Shastra. Yes, Damini Mataji, please continue.
In this verse, the word unholy food is very important. It refers to the food liked by the people in Tamoguna. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, stale and spoiled food or food cooked from rotten things like meat and alcohol is liked by those with qualities of Tamoguna. All this comes under the category of unholy food. It mainly includes meat and intoxicants like alcohol and drugs. Presently, in society, it is a matter of great prestige to have alcohol and meat. They are not only injurious to health, but They also reduce one's lifespan and are gateways to hell. That is the reason why Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that these things are eaten by people in Tamogun. In Bhagavad Gita 17.8, Lord says that a person with qualities of Sattvagun eats food which is pleasing to the heart and increases his lifespan. A person who wants to follow a devotional path and come closer to the God will have to give up eating unclean food and other intoxicating things. It is one of the prerequisites to be followed on the path of devotion.
This is a big challenge in today's date. People who were not eating meat earlier today have started eating meat. And many people come to me, we want to leave it up, we want to give it up. And I ask them, why, what made you start eating this? And they give me a very nice, funny, but a tragic answer, tragic truth. And they used to tell me, we felt that others may be happy by eating this. And we don't want to be felt left out. कहीं मैं पीछे रह गया तो, this fear कि मैं कहीं पीछे रह गया तो is making people do all wrong things. And all those who are doing these wrong things, that is eating meat and indulging in illicit sex and gambling and eating, drinking alcohol, all these people are only posing themselves as happy when they are really not happy. I'll tell you another small story. I don't know, most of you must not be knowing nowadays. Earlier days, there used to be a circus, but the circus used to be small, coming from village to a village. गांव में आके circus, and जैसे वो गांव में circus आएगा, one fellow will sit on the cycle or sit in a rickshaw and with a mic in his hand will be shouting, hey, हाँ circus आ गया है, आ जाओ देखने आ जाओ. So similarly, one circus came in the village. So all the villagers assembled, they all wanted to see and enjoy, and no one wanted to be left out. Everyone wanted to enjoy it. So the first come first serve basis, the first one standing in the ticket window, he got the ticket, he gave the money, went inside. And the condition this time they had put was, at a time only one person can enter the circus and enjoy the show. So that was more exciting. Oh, wow, one person, one show, exclusive, great. So they were all excited about it. And finally, the first man entered in. There he saw there was a big tent and nobody inside. And no, nothing. There was nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. After a few minutes, two jokers came. He started laughing, looking at the jokers. The typical joker dress. And these two jokers caught him and bait him nicely. अच्छे से पिटाई की उसने. And after getting beaten up, he was asked to say, go, now go, get out. Quietly whacked nicely, came out, and all the other people standing outside in the gate, in the queue, they asked, hey, kya hua? What was it? Nice. Mast maja hai. It's superb. It's really nice. It's out of the world. It's a unique experience. Sure. There's the second one. The second one went. Same thing happened, and he was also coming out, badly beaten. But in front of the people, he was like walking steady, and they asked, "Kaisa tha? Oh, really, you should not miss it. It's not a joke. It's a true, cruel fact. Even these idiots who are enjoying all these nonsense, all these wrong things of alcohol, meat, illicit sex, and all that, considering themselves as smart, as intelligent, as that is a typical Asura quality. Asura quality means considering themselves smarter than God, considering themselves more happier than God, and in all ways not following the rules laid down by the Vedas, which is a personification of God himself. So this is the problem. And common man, when he sees someone else, oh, he's having an iPhone, he's having a BMW, he's having this, he's having that, he will be definitely be happy. So in the chase of that, the whole life goes away, and finally, what lands up in his hand? Is it happiness? But the worst part is, ठीक है, कुछ मिला नहीं, ठीक है. In the whole process, he has earned so much of bad karmas for which he has to suffer in hell. And after that, he has to come to this material world, and like that lady, a very pathetic, poverty-stricken condition, that person has to survive. So the whole crux of the whole story, what does it come to? We should avoid all these bad activities. Unholy food. Unholy food. There are various things in unholy food. Today, now the trend is eating mushroom. Another thing which is mentioned in the Shastra specifically, it is called as frog's umbrella. There's umbrella for the frog. It grows in the most dirtiest region, and one should not eat. And Shastra says that one should not eat. The more sattvic lifestyle you live, more you will be able to follow the Shastra. The reason why people are not able to live a Shastric lifestyle is they are in the Tamoguna, which is an Asura's guna. The minute you uplift yourself to a Satogun lifestyle, but the problem is, दुनिया में सबसे बड़ा है रोग, क्या कहेंगे लोग? हम हमने लिए जीते नहीं है ना, हम दुनिया के लिए जीते। एक फोटोग्राफर ने अपना दुकान के बाहर है ना, I just heard it from one of my friend, nice dialogue. He used to say, फोटोग्राफर ने दुकान के बाहर है ना एक एड लगा दिया, प्राइस लिस्ट, फोटो एज इट इज, जैसा आप हो वैसा आपको निकालना है तो 20 रुपये, जैसा आप हो मगर जैसे आप सोच रहे हो वैसा निकालना है तो 30 रुपये, मगर जैसे आप नहीं हो, आपको अगर अपना फोटो निकलवाना है जैसे आप नहीं हो, मतलब समथिंग व्हाट यू आर नॉट, तो उसके 50 रुपये. एंड दैट मैन सेड, द फोटोग्राफर सेड, आज तक कोई 20 रुपया वाला के लिए फोटो के लिए आए ही नहीं, सब लोग 50 रुपये फोटो के लिए आए. 50 rupees, I don't mind paying 50 rupees, but present me in the way I am not. That is the purpose of all your status profile photographs. The WhatsApp status, I don't know, Instagram, Facebook. I'm not on Instagram and Facebook, so I don't know. I am on WhatsApp because I'm forced to. That's only connectivity tool for me. But it's a real tragedy. People find happiness, solace in, in search in trivial things which are not a source of happiness, but still कहीं बोलते हैं दिमाग में, दिल में एक उम्मीद है, कहीं बाई चांस मिल गया तो. वहां पता है गुरु से 4 बार सुन लिया है, सत्संग में सुन लिया है, फिर भी दिल है कि मानता नहीं. The problem is everywhere you see around, people, everyone is like the same. लात खा के आया ना सर्कस में, तो क्या बोलते हैं, मस्त. हम लोग भी उसको देख के कहीं हम पीछे न रह जाए. उसने शराब पिया, मेरे को शराब, मैंने शराब नहीं पिया तो मैं पीछे रह जाऊंगा. उसने नॉनवेज खा के खुश हो गया, मैं खुश नहीं हुआ तो. बाबा प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, दिस आर गुणास. सजो सतो सतोगुण, रजोगुण, तमोगुण, 3 गुण हैं. बट यू सी पीपल ऑफ अयोध्या, they are all situated in Satogun. Satogun only follows the Shastric. Please continue, Mataji. One more verse we take and we stop.
In Ayodhya, there was no one who did not perform any Agnihotra sacrifice or Soma sacrifice. None was mean-minded or immoral or with an illegitimate birth. There were also no thieves in Ayodhya.
My
Should I read
God.
the question?
No thieves in Ayodhya. Why the police का काम ही नहीं रहता? Sometimes we hear the protectors of the society are the biggest thieves of the society. So yes, it's a tragedy that today's date. Nothing of this sort. That's why all this when we are reading seems like a fantasy land, fantasy world. Cannot relate it with our reality, day-to-day reality. Please read the explanation.
Shastra says people in general are prone to 4 wrong vices, namely eating non-vegetarian food, drinking alcohol, illegitimate sex, and gambling. Illegitimate sex gives birth to illegitimate progeny, which is highly condemned in the Shastras. It is said that one who does not follow these basic principles is not a human being but an animal. So one should try to understand the Shastras and not break human principles.
So basic idea of any satsang, the basic idea of any shastra or the Vedas or Guru, the only bottom line is all expect everyone to follow a Vedic lifestyle. A lifestyle which is guided as or which is lived as per the Shastra. If you cannot live a life as per Shastra, you are living a life of vain, waste. Because एक तो आपको नरक में जाना पड़ेगा. नरक में जाएंगे, प्रभु जी किसने नरक देखा? अरे भाई, किसने देखा है, किसने नहीं देखा है, ये डाउट एंड क्वेश्चंस ओनली a fool will ask. One who is knowledge with Shastra, किसने देखा है बोलो तो, have you seen the soul? Have you seen your own soul? Forget about other soul. Have you seen your own soul? But we all know that we are souls. We are a fragmental part of God. We all know that. So there are many things in the world which we have not seen, and we cannot see also with our gross eyes. And that is the difference between Western culture and Indian culture. Western culture, scientists, they call whatever they say, our science has advanced this much, this and that. Fine. They're right in their way because they have only gross knowledge. So as per gross knowledge, yes, we have to be thankful to science, technology. Today we are having a live telecast, internet, great invention of the laptop, computers, this and that. Great, but these are all gross. Whereas Shastra deals with subtle technology which is dealing with the subtle thing, and the most subtle thing in this world is the soul. And what the soul requires is subtle technology and not gross technology. And people are searching for happiness for the gross technology, which is foolish. Only spirituality can give you happiness and contentment, because that is also subtle, and who needs it is your soul, which is also subtle. Okay, with this, I would like to close for this session. Anybody has got any doubts, questions, can ask.